Yesterday, I was coaching a aspiring head teacher. They're currently a relieving head teacher, and they were asking me all about getting started with AI. How can I use it to save me time in my administrative workload? How can I save time in my communication? How can I improve my systems and workflows for my team for things like rostering, differentiation, programming, all these sort of teaching things that take a lot of time. So I just wanted to share the three real easy takeaways that anyone can use if you're getting started with AI, especially if you're in a managerial or leadership position. These can just give you a clear path to actually make more impact, but also speed up your processes and your systems, so then you can just go and deliver actually the leadership skills and content and all those kind of core traits that you actually need to, without getting overwhelmed by all the admin that comes with the role. So if you're new here, my name is Vaughn Littlejohns. I'm currently a Deputy Principal, but in a couple of weeks, I will be a Director of Technology and Innovation in an international school. So super excited about that. So firstly, let's just talk about quickly building your AI minimum toolkit. What do I mean by that? I mean, essentially, there is thousands of tools coming out daily. So the other day, I had a check of, there's an AI for that, that's a website, and it had moved 4,000 places. So it's now at 36,000 AI tools just hosted on this one platform. And about 4,500 of them were job related. So we got to look at, if there's such a myriad of tools out there, we can get overwhelmed with what's going to work, what's not going to work. And we just want a bit of clarity and a bit of certainty that, yeah, look, I'm going to use this one, I'm going to invest my money in it, I'm going to invest in learning in it, and I want it to do the thing that I'm actually trying to. So the simple way we can do that is have a look at the ones that are recommended. For example, you got ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Google Notebook LLM. You got those major ones, but then you've got all these other different niched options. But have a look at the specific things that you're trying to do. Is it in communication? Is it writing based? Is it differentiation program based? What is this core skill that you are trying to sort of delegate? And is it a project or a process? Is it helping you through the process, or is it literally just executing on this one thing once it's done? Once you understand, is it a project or a process, you just select 1 to 3 tools. So you could go Claude for writing, you could go Perplexity for research, and you could go Google Notebook LM for complex sort of communication. Now, once you've got your first 2, 3, even 1, just pay for one. Paid versus free is night and day. The amount of information that you can give it context is incredible. The amount of features that you get access to actually improve your ability to get the best outputs from AI is, as I said, night and day. So pick one to pay for, and then just use that over and over and over again. So the second thing that we need to do when we're looking at how do I increase my efficiency in my work, well, we look at things like basics of prompt engineering. And when we look at basics of prompt engineering, you just got to remember that what you put in is what you're going to get out. If you put in just a very vague sort of one sentence statement, you're going to get a really strong, like really heavy base text output, or it's just going to be waffle, or it's just not going to be context specific. So we just need to use a simple framework to improve our ability to get an output. And there's heaps out there, but a simple one that is recommended by Google, and it comes from their 101 prompt guide they put out, which is, about 60 pages worth of information. But the simple framework they said is give it a persona, tell it what is its role. You're an expert teacher, you're a head teacher, you're a copywriter. What is the thing that you're asking it to do or be? Then the task. This is where you just say you're going to write this communication, you're going to write this email, you're going to create this roster for timetabling, whatever it might be. What is the specific task? Then we need to give it context. Context means it's actually going to understand what our constraints are. So remember, constraints enable accuracy. The more constrained you are, the more context you give it, the better your output is going to be. So just literally word vomit at this thing and then get it to clean it up. But you can just word vomit, get your context, give it as much detail as possible, and then one final step is give it the format. If you don't tell it the format, say give me one step at a time in dot point form, or create it into a table, or turn it into an infographic that's live if it's data-based. If you don't give it the format, it will assume what you want, and that assumption might not be how you learn, how you read, how you interpret information. So just be very clear on how you want it produced. So the final thing we need to do if you're getting started is understand that it's about shots on target. It is about taking as many shots as possible and failing as quickly as possible to learn as much as possible, because we learn through our failures. We learn more from having a go at something and putting effort into something than sitting back and reading and learning and trying to figure it out, because learning is a cycle and we need to look at the system that we're putting in. So once we've had a go and we've done these prompts and we've done this, we've chosen our AI tool, we've done our prompts, we go into things like meta prompting, JSON prompting, all these different things that are basically systematizing your process. This is essentially getting a large complex task and breaking it down into steps, or getting the AI to break it down into steps so it can be duplicated and replicated and systematize what you are doing. So you can repeatedly do these tasks without having to put in all the previous effort that you already have. Now, this framework is called the Steps for Success cycle. It's based on the Kaizen principle, and it's what I've been teaching over the last few weeks to a masterclass group, and I'm going to be releasing my live recordings on this kind of concepts and these kind of learning. So if you'd like that, click the link in the description and join the community. That's where it's hosted. Now, for now, it's going to be free, and because I want to give this information to everyone. But if you're looking for more specific one-on-one, happy to coach, happy to mentor, there's another link in the description. I'm open to a few clients at the moment just before I go overseas. But if you are just getting started, start in the community, start in the free area, choose your first AI tool that you want to invest in, follow a simple prompting framework, and then start iterating and systematizing your process using things like meta prompting and JSON prompting. So if that's helpful for anyone, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Remember, effort equals results.